All right, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for all my supporters. Thank you guys for everybody that's been there from day one. All my new subscribers, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you guys being here. I have this powerful, amazing video that I want to make today for you guys to basically talk about you as a person again, because that's all I talk about is just you and you and you, because you only can focus on yourself. You can't focus on others. So this video, I thought about it when I was driving to work today, and it was inspired because from this person, this special person, and I gave her an analogy of this right here. And I'm going to give you guys the same analogy so you guys can grasp the concept of what I'm talking about. So today's title of the video is going to be basically things you need to do before you put yourself for sale, before you put yourself on the market. And I'm going to break this down in a way that if you guys have a house, an apartment, whatever it is, you guys are going to be able to relate and understand what I'm saying. Now, I'm going to give the example of you basically putting your house on the market. You have a house, you have this house that you think is just a spectacular house, right? And you decide to put it on the market, and you decide to put it on the market for $300,000. Now, you have an open house, and all the people are pulling up. They're looking at this house. Outside of the house looks good. But they come inside, and they realize the boiler is leaking, is no good. The water heater is old, right? The electrical is not good. The plumbing is old, right? You're not even running copper. It's like they're seeing all the problems once they come inside this house. They're seeing leakage. They're seeing water stains on the roof, on the ceiling, right? And they go outside the house now to get a closer look at the outside of the house. And they're looking on the roof, and they realize these people didn't change the roof and add and put new ones, right? They kept adding on to the old one. So they put new shingles on top of the old shingles, right? And you know, now you can only go up 3 or 4, I think 4 or 5 levels on top of it. But these people just kept putting on layers on top of it because it's cheaper to do that than to remove the old shingles, fix whatever they need to fix, tar whatever they need to tar, and actually do it over, right? So now you look, the roof is, like I said, it has leakage. You see stains from water leakage, right? Then you look at the roof itself. Roof is no good because the roof, they had it for a couple of years, and they layered shingles on top of shingles. Then you realize certain plugs, when you plug the thing in there, it's not grounded the way it's supposed to be grounded. So the electrical is messed up, right? Water heater, like I said, boiler, all that stuff is not the best, right? And you're saying to yourself, you're selling this house for $300,000, but everybody that's coming to this house, they're looking and they're like, yo, this house is not up to par, how like what we're thinking. He's charging $300,000 for this house, but this house is not worth $300,000. So you know what they're gonna say? They're gonna lowball you, right? They're gonna say, okay, you're charging $300,000, but that is messed up. This is messed up. That is messed up. That needs to be changed. So because of that, I'm gonna offer you $200,000. So now that's $100,000 less than what you initially wanted to sell the house for, right? And you realize everybody that comes to your house, they're all saying the same thing. This house is not worth $300,000, even though you think it's worth $300,000. This house is not worth $300,000. And they're going to tell you over and over, I refuse to pay that much money for a house that has this and this and this, all damaged, all messed up, need to be changed. Because when I get the house from you, I'm going to have to change all those things. So I'd rather not. I'd rather find a house that have all that stuff already than to buy this house and have to do the work myself. I don't even know what's going on behind the walls of this house, how much things I have to fix and change, right? So they say, you know what? I'm going to give you $200,000, take it or leave it. And you, because you know you want a certain price for your house, you're saying, no, I'm not taking that, right? You're not taking that. Now, that analogy is something that you could think of with you as a person, right? You as a person haven't really done the internal work, right? You present yourself as is, right? Look at me, I look good, whatever it is, right? And you think that suffice. Not realizing that it takes the interior and the exterior. You got to take care of both, right? For you to attract the type of person that you want, for you to get the type of money that you want. The 300,000 that you wanted, you're not going to get that with your interior all messed up. Meaning you're not going to get a good person, a good quality person that knows their value and what they're looking for. You're not going to get that when you haven't done the work insides to make sure you're good, right? To present the best version of yourself for that person. Now, you can hear the next analogy of when the person actually does the work. So now this person get discouraged. They realize everybody is coming there. They're coming to this house and they're lowballing you. They don't want the house. Nobody want to invest. Nobody wants to buy it. Nobody wants that house. It's sitting on the market for months upon months upon months. And you're wondering to yourself, why is it so hard for me to sell this house? Why is it so hard for me to sell this house? And you say, you know what? What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this house off the market. I'm going to take the for sale sign off. I'm going to take it off of Zelle. I'm going to take it off. Nobody can see this house anymore. It's not available. And what you're going to start doing is you're going to start doing the work little by little around the house. You're going to find each thing that everybody was complaining about, and you're going to fix it. You're going to work on it. Because what you're trying to do is make sure when people come back to start looking at the house again, they can't find those things that they found as flaws to try to take off money off the house. You get what I'm saying? So now you realize the electrical is something that needs to be changed, right? Electrical is something that's very important to the house. So what you're going to do, you're going to get an electrician to come to the house. You're going to get him to go through all the wiring, and you're going to get him to fix everything. Whatever needs to be done in the breaker, they're going to do that. They're going to make sure they do the electrical properly. So make sure that when you turn on the microwave and the kettle in the kitchen, the breaker doesn't chip because the person knew what it was doing. You get what I'm saying? Now the electrical is done. That's taken care of. You know what you're going to do next? You're going to work on the plumbing. You're going to move on to plumbing next. And you're going to move on to the plumbing, and whatever needs to be changed, whatever needs to be fixed, whatever needs to be changed to copper, you change everything to copper, right? Because you know copper is better and it lasts longer, right? You change everything to copper, everything runs to the boiler heater and the water heater, everything is now changed, and now you got that done, right? The roofing that I told, the ceiling that I told you was leaking, you figure out why it was leaking and you fix that, right? Now the roof, you go outside and that roof that had the problem, right? The roof that had the problem of all those shingles on top. Before you replaced the roof, what you did was you made them take up all the old shingles off the top of the roof. Take all of them off. You made them fix all the patches, put the tar, do whatever they needed to do. They lined it, everything. And now they put the new shingles up, right? And now they did all the work to make sure that when everybody else comes back, this house is worth what they're putting it out there for, or even worth more. That is you as a person doing the work on yourself. You take yourself off the market. Don't make yourself available. You're not looking for a relationship. You're not looking for anything. What you need to do is work on yourself and get yourself where you need to be. So you're going to do the therapy if you need to do therapy. You're going to watch the motivational videos. You're going to read motivational books. You're going to surround yourself with positive people. You're going to do all the work that you need to do to get away from being that person that you was before, right? And when you do the work, then you can present the best version of yourself to attract the better version of somebody that you would want, right? Because you want to be able to attract what you're looking for. You don't want to just get anybody to come into your life. You want somebody that you think is valuable to come into your life, somebody that is up to your standards that you'd want in your life. but you couldn't require that standard from that person, or you couldn't require that person to be in your life if you didn't do the internal work to work on yourself to attract that person. If you didn't do the plumbing, the electrical, the roofing, all that stuff, you can't expect to get the payment or the buy that you want. You're not going to get that. So now that you've done the work, now you say, you know what, I'm going to put the house back on the market. Now that you put the house back on the market, you said you wanted $300,000 the last time when everything wasn't done. But now you've done everything. You've done all the sheetrocks over, whatever plumbing needs to be done. You did everything over, inside and outside. You worked on everything. Now you can say, you know what? For me doing all this work, I realized that $300,000 that I was putting the house for, I think my house is now valued more than that. I think my house is valued more than that. So now I'm going to put it on the market, and I'm going to put it on the market for $450,000. And for some people, they might be like, yo, that's kind of high that you're putting it from $300,000 you had it for before, but now it's at $450,000, right? So now you have people come in there, and people are trying to lowball you again. Even though you made sure everything was good, people are coming there offering you $350,000, $375,000, $400,000, and you're firm on what you want. You want $450,000. And basically, the people that's lowballing you is the people that hasn't seen the true value in the house, right? They don't see the true value in how much things you've done to the house. And you, as a person, because you've done all the work to bring yourself up to $450,000, these guys that's approaching you, these girls that's approaching you to try to be in your life, to be in a relationship with you, you have your values so high, your standards so high, so you can say, you know what, that's not for me. Because when you work on yourself, you don't settle for somebody that's giving you, for trying to lowball you to give you crap, because you know you're stuck with that. Once you made the transaction, once you get the payment, that's it. Just like when you start a relationship with this person is going to get into your life and they're going to break you down in ways, and it's like you're going to have to do so much work to get yourself back up there. So instead of you doing that to yourself, you say to yourself, I've done the work, I've gotten to where I want to be, and I'm still working on myself. So I know that right there that you're offering is not good enough for me. That $350,000 is not good enough for me. So it's going to discourage the wrong people, and the wrong people that come into that house and don't see the value of the house, they're going to walk away and tell you, I'm not paying $450,000 for this house. I don't think it's worth it. But now, when you find that right person, the person that walks into that house, and they see you, and they see the house, and they say, let's walk around this house. And they start walking around the house, and they're seeing all the great things that you've done to the house, from the plumbing to the electrical, all these things that you've done to the house. They're going room to room, they're checking everything. They brought their expert with them to check everything with them. And this person is telling them, this house is amazing, this is a great buy. And it's like, why is this a great buy? If you look at this, if you look at this, if you check this out, this is already done. They did this over. They put this over here, stainless steel, this. They're naming all the great stuff. And you're like, wow, I never saw all that stuff. I just saw it as something looking pretty. But dig deeper, they're telling you all the great things that this person has done. And these are all brand new things. So you don't have to worry about it getting damaged in the next 2 or 3 years. These things are going to last you about next 15 years or so. Do you get what I'm saying? So now you're looking at it like, yo, this is actually amazing. This person really went all out. So you're going to say to yourself, I think this house is worth it. Matter of fact, I think this house is worth more than what the person is offering. So what I'm going to do, instead of me waiting for other people to come and try to put in offers, I'm going to actually tell this person right now, I'm interested. I want this house. I want this house. I do not want anybody else to try to get a chance to get close to it to even try to make an offer. I want this house all to myself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put in the offer and tell you, could you please take it off the market, take the for sale sign down, let's get the paperwork going. Because I see the value in the house that I'm walking around in. And that's what you want for yourself. You want somebody to see you and see the value in who you are as a person because you've done the work and say, you know what, I'll pay the $450,000 for this because I think it's worth it. Matter of fact, I think this thing is worth $500,000, $550,000. Once you do that work and you build yourself up, you don't allow people to come into your life that you know it's not good enough to be in your life. You rather just leave it on the market and leave it for sale than to have somebody come in and just automatically just move in and be like, oh, let me lowball you, I got it. And no, sorry. So your mindset completely changes when you do the internal and external work, right? Because you lowered it before and you had it at 300,000 because you didn't do the work. But now that you've done the work, now your value of yourself, self-love, self-worth goes up. And that's supposed to happen. You're not supposed to work on yourself and still think of yourself down here. You're not thinking that you're better than people. You're not acting like you're better than people. But you've raised your standard to who you'd want in your life as a spouse. Because you can't allow anybody to be your girlfriend. You can't allow anybody to be your boyfriend because you know that person might be the demise of your mental health, physical health. They can affect you in so many ways. But because you know what that felt like because you've been through it before, and you know that's not something you want for yourself going forward, that's why you've done the work to build yourself up, to attract the right person to come into your life to add towards that, not take away from it. So that is the analogy that I want to give today. And I think it's a phenomenal analogy of being able to explain how the same house, same person could be valued this because they haven't done the work, or their standards are this because they haven't done the work. But once they've done the work, they can now put their standard here and not say, I don't think I'm better than you. I just think you're not good for me. You're not good for a long-term relationship. My eyes are not covered anymore. My eyes are wide open. I know my worth. I know my value. So I know what I want. So you're not going to offer me this when I know that this is worth more. And that's what's the beauty about working on yourself. So this is what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to work on yourself. Forget about other people. Forget about putting yourself in the market. Focus on you. Focus on your path. Focus on making yourself a better version of yourself before you put yourself on the market. If you guys got anything out of this today, if you guys learned anything, if you guys liked the analogy, if my videos are helping you guys in any way possible, please let me know. I need people to comment and let me know how these videos are helping you. How does it work in your life, your everyday life? If it does work, do you try anything that I put out there? Do you like the information I'm putting out there? Do you not like it? If you think what I'm putting out there is wrong, I can take constructive criticism. But I think this was a great video today. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you guys for all the love. I appreciate every single one of you guys that's here. And like I said, I will not stop. I'll continue to go because regardless of what's going on, there's always going to be things that I can talk about that can inspire you guys to either be a better version of yourself or to keep working on yourself. All right, you already know what it is. Thanks for the support as usual. You already know this. Peace.